What's happening, guys, and welcome to episode 41 of the Galactic Explorers Podcast. And what a podcast we've got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, I am all aboard that mother effing hype train. As we've had, I think, to some people to surprise, and to others not a surprise, but we've had a trailer for Next. Goddamn trailer! Damn! So yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. As always, though, I am joined by the General, Mr. General, sir. It is Jeff. How are you doing?
Not bad. How are you?
I am very well, thank you very much. I'm uber hyped, and as well our newbie, our new co-host. It is Kings. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah. Hello, Ash. Hello, Jeff. Hello, pod people.
Yes. Explorers. I've been calling everyone explorers from now on.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, not pod people.
Not pod people. We've got a name. Our followers have got a name. They're explorers.
Of course they are. Silly.
Of course they are. So yeah, it's been an eventful 48 hours, really. But if we jump straight into what led up to all this excitement from myself, Element 6 was the last element we had to unlock on the Waking Titan ARG, and it started on July the 15th, which was 2 days ago, which was Sunday. It was Sunday evening, I believe, wasn't it? Or like midnight, something around that. Yeah, it was interesting. So Element 6, as you can see on the screen on the Game Detectives website, I think they're just a little bit over. I don't know. I just don't think they've had time to do anything because everything's just been blowing up. But yeah, so Element 6 was unlocked. It displayed a single open message with a single question survey, and it asks you basically how would you like to receive Element 6 in what form factor, and what the choices were: video, text, or brainwaves. And as always, everyone clicked video because you can't get brainwaves, and text would have been boring as fuck. Unless text would have been the patch notes, possibly. That's the only thing I could think of. But yes, we got a video. And this message confirmed that later on. And then we ended up getting a Twitch link, which was back to the Waking Titan Twitch page. And then it started streaming at 7:15 UTC. That is European time, isn't it? UTC, I think.
No.
Was it Universal?
I thought that was effectively GMT, wasn't it? UTC.
I don't know. Because obviously we have we're currently in BST, aren't we? British Standard Time. It's summer. I do not understand why we changed an hour back and an hour forward. It makes no sense to me. But yes, so it basically on this Twitch stream we had a countdown.
It's coordinated.
It's coordinated.
Sorry,
go on.
According to Google, UTC stands for Coordinated Universal Time. So someone doesn't know which order to put their letters in, do they?
No, not really. No.
But it's effectively GMT.
Okay. Right. Okay then. So, yeah, so it was about 7:15 UK time, Sunday night, and it was counting down for 1 day, 19 hours and 45 minutes at that point. And over the course of the first 12 hours, the stream displayed 24 different slides depicting a new dreamer every 60 minutes. And it was it was 12 dreamers, wasn't it? But it was 2 slides per dreamer, I believe. So one had obviously the suit on, the other had like a profile, and in each of the profiles there was a single letter, and these eventually spelt out a bit.ly link, which sent us to an audio clip. And this same video slideshow kept going for the duration of the countdown time all the way until 4 p.m. GMT today. But this audio clip, we'll pull up Peaceful Gaming right here. So the transcribed audio was this: log recovered, iteration 4924A, and then it says they came on foot. I'm surrounded, back above ground, following me. Should never have touched / crushed the eggs. And that was it. Which sounds a bit more lore-y stuff to be added to the game, or some kind of story stuff being added to the game. To me personally, anyway. Yeah, and then obviously the countdown passed, and as we got into the last hour roughly of the countdown.
Sorry,
it's all right. Senor Sean, our Lord and Savior, Mr. Sean Murray, was very, very active today on the old Twitter. And
yeah, I look back. He doesn't post very often.
No, so... he tends to crop up when an update's just about to drop.
Yeah. So 3 or 4 tweets in that short period. Yeah, I can understand the
excitement. Yeah.
Which is awesome because that means that he's excited too.
Oh yeah, so, definitely.
He knows what they've been working on. I'm sure they showed a lot off in the trailer today, but the fact that he's so vocal about it, I think him and just Hello Games in general are just really super excited.
Yeah. So these are his tweets here saying, "Today's a big deal for us." This was the first one. "Today's a big deal for us. 7 years ago, I started writing the code for the game. That became No Man's Sky. The average team size was 6. We were just 15 when it launched. We always wanted No Man's Sky to grow and develop after it released. It's been a crazy 2 years, but I'm happy we've been able to do that. We decided instead to focus on development rather than words. Foundation, Pathfinder, Atlas Riders, and now next. This team, you guys, this team. One day maybe we will reach a point where we feel No Man's Sky is done, but until then, there's still much more we want to do. Working on next feels important to us, but I know it's not the end of the journey. We appreciate everyone on that journey with us. So that is a positive. It sounds like they're going to be carrying on working on No Man's Sky for the foreseeable future, in some degree anyway. And then we got our trailer. Yay! Yay!
I was actually watching that at work today, and I'm sitting next to a guy who I talk about games all the time, and he was one of those people that bought No Man's Sky and uninstalled it immediately because he didn't like it because it wasn't what it was supposed to be. So I've been hyping him up for the past week or so and telling him that this was going to be big. And then all of a sudden the trailer started, and it was the beginning of one of the old trailers, and I'm just why the hell are they showing an old trailer? What is going on?
Oh, the writing.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden the thing started, and he looked over my shoulder, and he was just holy shit. He's I'm going to download this tonight, and I'm going to start playing this. Because that's the one thing he wanted to do, was have multiplayer. So he can play with friends and stuff like that. And everything else that he's seen that's in it, he's holy crap. He's I'm downloading this tonight, and I'm getting myself ready to play this next week.
Yeah. I did forget one thing, though, before we go on to the trailer. Just a few hours before, obviously, the trailer dropped, there was a leak as well. This was some kind of game shop employee took a picture of the full cover of the Xbox version of No Man's Sky, which included obviously the version that we've seen is just a pixelated back of the Xbox cover, and obviously it's unpixelated in this, which is obviously everyone got overhyped about and stuff, and was using microscopes to look at it as clearly as possible. But I mean, it said it didn't really say anything that we didn't really know to begin with, is it? As such.
I mean, just besides the fact that you could command a fleet of freighters, that was new.
Yeah.
That you
we knew we were going to be building it, they mentioned, we didn't really have a limit on the size of the builds we were going to be able to do.
Yeah, that was cool. That was a
Yeah.
big thing too. And the fact that it actually says you can customize your character, like I'm
Yeah.
assuming that you're going to be able to really customize the way your suit looks. I'm hoping.
hmm I'm not gonna lie, like it's been really weird because the pictures that we've seen on the dreamers of the exosuits and stuff have looked like really different, and like they look really different from each other. But I saw the trailer earlier today, the trailer's exosuits just kind of look like spacesuits, like NASA suits kind of thing. It didn't look like the exosuits to such a degree.
Sean Murray just posted a link to their the No Man's Sky website, and there's a couple new screenshots on there, and one of the exosuits helmets looks identical to the one that one of the Dreamers was wearing. So like there is some similarities between the Dreamers and some of the exosuits.
Oh, the one in the pink grass and the with the Gek and stuff.
Yeah, there's that one, and like there's like the one helmet that looks like it's like a bunch of multiple eyes.
Yeah.
Like that's there too, like it's green.
Is it just me, or is that Gek just the same Gek from in both pictures?
Yeah, for some reason, like that's the same. That's like the same person. Like that Gek keeps on popping up. Like I don't. A lot of people are saying that you'll be able to play as a Gek.
Yeah,
but,
I'm going to get to this later on. I think I've got speculation on this personally, anyway. We got that leak just before, obviously not just before, about 3 or 4 hours before the trailer drop. So let's get to the trailer.
Wait. One thing. I'm not sure if I just want to point this out real quick. If on the Xbox art, the cover picture, the very top picture, if you look in the background, there's a traveler actually like trying to get into a player base.
Oh, okay.
So I'm hoping that there's some type of a way that you can possibly break into somebody's base.
I didn't actually see that. I'm going to have to have a quick look.
I didn't notice that either.
Yeah, I noticed it. Someone texted me today, quotations, and pointed that out to me. And
you mean like a player's trying to break into someone's base kind of
yeah,
thing?
I mean he's using a mining laser right on the player. You know, like the circle door or the circle building that you start off on. Like he's trying to get into the door. He's doing it into the door. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to actually like raid people's bases and stuff. Like that would be awesome.
Right. So let's get into this trailer then.
Fits right into what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it is. Mr. General.
Yes, okay. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
So this trailer, obviously, as Jeff has already stated, it started off very similar to previous trailers, which I don't think... I mean, it obviously confused you a little bit, didn't it? Obviously, Jeff, to begin with.
Yeah, it confused the heck out of me. I'm just like, man, why are they showing an old trailer? Like, what is he doing? Like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden, kicked right into the new shit, and I was like, holy crap! Like, this is third person. Like, this is completely different.
I mean,
I almost dropped my phone.
Didn't you remember like all the trailers come up with that same beginning at the beginning?
Not all of them.
I'm pretty sure all the update trailers have. I'm pretty sure they were. I thought they all came
Not
up
the
with
newer
that,
ones, but the ones before.
I'm sure they did. We're gonna have to check this out afterwards or something. But I mean, obviously, so it opens up, and obviously a player's surrounded by like two other players underwater swimming in third person.
Yes, and did you see that there were buildings under?
Yes.
So it looks like. Do you remember at the very beginning there were buildings underwater, and there were a right pain in the backside because you couldn't get into them.
Yeah.
And then they patched it so that there weren't any.
Mm-hmm.
But hopefully it means that they've now fixed it so that they can have underwater buildings and you can still interact with them properly.
Well,
so that will be interesting.
It looks like you can have underwater bases, not just buildings that are already there.
That's gonna be making hiding your base so much easier if you hide it underwater.
Yeah. Looking at the first frame, there's pipes everywhere as well. Like there's pipes that are going under the ground. So maybe you're able to build under the ground as well, perhaps.
Oh my god, man!
Because I mean, what else would these pipes be doing? Do you know what I mean? They're obviously leading somewhere.
I got a million things going through my mind right now.
So we've got like new animations, so obviously swimming, because obviously being able to see other players, you'll be able to see them swim and things. Coming out of the water now, they're running up onto the land, and it cuts to like some flash images. I saved all these images as well. I was like proper going through it all. I wouldn't believe I was like proper like slowing it down just to go through it. So the first flash image is 4 players, or either 3 players and a Gek walking away in an Atlas station from obviously walking towards the ship, which makes me think that the Atlas stations they must have had a redesign, because there's going to be more than one landing pad inside them.
I never thought about that.
Or they had a redesign so they accept bigger ships to land, so maybe it's the multi-crew ships to land inside them.
Or you could have multiple players in one ship. Like if you have like if you have like one of those like big hauler ships, you might be able to put like more than one person in it.
Mm-hmm. So that is a possibility. And we'll get onto the whole Gek thing, I think, afterwards, possibly. I want to get on it after we talk about the trailer. So after that first flash scene, then there's a scene where they were attacking an animal, which looks like something out of Pitch Black. And it was like obviously 2 players attacking it, shooting it and everything. And then we got another flash scene when there was 2 players walking out of a portal, one of them a Gek, and then your character was walking towards the portal. So, but I'm loving this. It's all cool stuff. Sometimes it annoys me, these flash images, though, because especially when like you're doing like the whole first reaction thing, like wait, what was that kind of thing.
You know what's awesome that YouTube do? I just found out that you can actually change the playback speed on a video
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like I have it on like 0.25 playback right now, and it goes like really slow, so you can catch all those like individual clips like really fast, like the fast ones. You can pause it, and I'm like watching the trailer like as we're talking.
Oh yeah, same here. I downloaded the trailer and I'm going on my VLC player, so I took screenshots and everything.
Oh, gotcha.
So it cuts back to obviously when we just got out of water and he's running across. You can see in front of you there's 2 ships on the ground. There's a player on your right doing some mining. I know in the there's a PlayStation blog from Sean Murray that he obviously posted when the trailer went live, and one of them in one of like the notes of that, it said like the graphics have been redone. Now I can certainly see like some of the
that thing I was talking about on the. I'm sorry.
No, it's gone.
No, I was just gonna say that those updated like not like small patch notes or whatever you're talking about, like that's on the No Man's Sky website right now. Like that.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at all of them right now.
Right.
But that is one of the things there.
Yeah. And I'm just looking like, well, the trees look. I mean, I don't know if it's just this one planet, but the trees look really basic. Like the leaves, like the red leaves on this particular scene that I've got, that like there's no definition to them really. So I don't know if it's just this planet or something, but you can definitely tell there's been like retexturing and stuff being done to the game.
The ships look so much better.
Yeah, they certainly do. Yeah, I agree with you there.
I'll take crappier textured trees to have higher textured ships. I think that's more important. And
probably is now because you can see your ship like in third person when you're flying it around. Yeah. I think if we still didn't have that. Sorry about that, guys. If we still didn't have that, I think I would have preferred it the other way around. Because you'd only see your ship when you're out of your ship, wouldn't you? Really.
I just like it that the trees are bigger than the player model. I mean,
oh yeah, definitely.
It's like I felt like I was just walking through like every single plant that had trees. It was just like almost like head high. I mean, like these things are huge.
Yeah. Another thing about that leaked image that we got as well earlier today, it looked like there was dense forests. Well, I mean, judging by this trailer, they don't look that much denser than they usually do anyway. But yeah, so if we carry on with this trailer, obviously we run up the hill a little bit on his right, and then we see a Gek running across the grass. And it's really annoying with this whole Gek thing, because, okay, I'm going to talk about it now then. So, I personally think that some of the aliens, or at least all the aliens, have been given walking mechanics, and this isn't a player. Or they're like NPCs where they'll also give you missions and they'll follow you around and stuff.
I think you could be right, because he's not wearing a helmet.
Yeah. Well, none of the Gek wear helmets though, do they?
But if that was a player model, does that?
Well, if it was a player model, it would surely be the same height as well, wouldn't it?
Not necessarily, but I would think that you would have to have a helmet for your head-up display and your surviving in extreme atmospheres. Yeah.
Surely well, I mean,
can't survive in anything.
Well, I mean, when you go to like extreme like planets where the environment's like completely hostile, you'll still go to the trading ports, trading platforms, and they're completely open, aren't they? Like on the sides of them and things, and they'll just be like sitting there on the chairs.
Never really like those, just for that exact reason. Yeah. It always feels a bit, well, why am I safe here just because there's a roof over me? There's no walls.
But yeah, I'm thinking these aren't players, and I'm thinking that they are either followers, perhaps, or like I said, NPC missions.
Temporary quest.
Yeah.
I think you're going to be able to hire people to go with you on missions. That's what I think they are.
Yeah, like the NPC route kind of thing.
Or if you're playing in like a multiplayer mode and you only have 3 people, they might just throw a random AI unit to make your team four-man team or whatever.
That can make sense, yeah. Because obviously, if you could choose to be like. Beginning of the game, if you could choose to be a Gek, then why haven't they included the other races in the game?
I think they're saving that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's my whole theory, but it's quite cool because it's running on a very linear line as well. This Gek, like it literally runs in a straight line. Like that's not being controlled by a person. So yeah, further in this trailer, then when he's running up the hill, there's a base starts emerging on the right hand side the screen, and you can see a very well timed person walking up there. If you hadn't noticed, if you watch it slowly, you can see this person gets to the top, and it's just literally someone's just either holding the stick down or it's being set on a timer to walk. But yes, you see this person walking up onto this base platform before we get another flashes of different scenes.
It looks like the building mechanics are completely different. I think whatever we have built now for bases, I think they're going to be completely different.
Yeah. Well, they did say in these patch notes that there's going to be, is it hundreds of more?
I think like
pieces?
Almost like two. I think they said like 200 or something like that.
Right.
A lot. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's a big number.
It says that bases can now be built anywhere on any planet.
Yeah, so we don't need to find a thing anymore, do we?
Yeah.
And you can have multiple bases, too.
Yeah.
Yes. Own multiple bases, hundreds, plural, of new base parts, and dramatically increased base building complexity and size limits. So that was one of the things that was really frustrating.
Basically, my base is just going to look like a square because I'm crap at doing this whole design stuff.
But now it can be a bigger square.
Oh, bigger squares, yay.
Or multiple smaller squares.
Literally, what's going to happen is every time I go to someone's planet, their base is going to look like something out of Sims 4, and mine's going to look like something out of the original Sims. But it's just literally going to be a square house. But yeah, so this next splash scene is on another planet. These like floating pink rock things. Yeah, 3 players. It looks like we're going to have some kind of emoticons in the game, perhaps, with this Gex waving at this ship or this exocraft on the floor. But yeah, it looks like obviously it's kind of built like a fort in this image. So that's quite interesting. And obviously one of the players is also sitting down. So
that's very important. We need that.
Sitting down. Well, I mean, it's like obviously like with the whole MMO games and stuff. You got all these emoticons in game, haven't you? Where
exactly, we have to dance and wave.
We have to do the floss. Made famous by obviously the game of the moment, Fortnite.
One of the screenshots on the No Man's Sky website has an actual player sitting on top of a ship.
Does it really? I haven't actually seen that.
Yeah, if you go to the No Man website.
Oh yes, it does. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's sitting right on the nose of the ship.
Well, we could always walk around, jump on top of them, couldn't we? So it just makes sense.
Maybe, but it seems like the hitbox of the ships then have obviously been changed to some degree.
The ship detail is so good now, man. I'm just looking at that screenshot and just looking at the ship in general.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Is that a screenshot though? It looks.
Or is it planned?
It looks more like a rendered image.
I don't know. I mean, let's put it this way: the detail of the ship is almost as close as the trailer image. So, I mean, I have to assume that it's pretty much probably the same thing. I mean, why would they? I don't know. I mean, all the other screenshots look legit.
Yeah. Is there a bigger image of that picture where he's sat on the ship? Oh, there we go. Sorry, I found him.
If it's running on the Xbox One X or the PS4 Pro and it's jumped into photo mode, then it does change the resolution detail, doesn't it, from what you see when you're actually playing to a photo mode. So
if you look at the screenshot. If you look at the screenshot below that one, there's an underwater one, and if you look in the background, there's a guy using a mining tool, and he's mining one of those tubes that you were talking about in the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe that's to do with the building, Maybe that's how... I don't know.
Man, underwater looks so much better. Thank God they did something about that.
Yeah, it was a bit weird, wasn't it? I wanted to find lots of water worlds and explore underwater, but it ended up being just a bit of a pain because of the oxygen.
Yeah, you're very limited to what you can do within the water, aren't you? So.
I just hope you can move faster in the water, because that was my main complaint. The fact that you just move so slow in the water.
Yeah. So the next splash. No, it's all right. The next splash after that, the fort one, was another underwater scene where it's a massive base.
Oh, dude, this is awesome.
Players.
Yeah.
Now, I'm looking at it and
that's a base. That's a player base.
It don't look like they're moving any faster. Well, I'm just going off what Jeff just said. Like, I hope there's ways to move faster, and they're all swimming, and they don't look like they're moving that fast to me, Jeff. Unfortunately.
Oh my God! Don't do this to me.
So, can you imagine if you built your base right at the bottom of like a massive canyon underwater, and it just takes about 5 minutes to swim down there?
What a perfect place to hide a base.
Oh, it would be, yeah, but it would be a killer to actually get there, literally. But yeah, this looks like a huge underwater base. Like, you've got like, I don't know, a tower on the left hand side, and it goes all the way back. And there's some parts of the base that are not even rendered properly because it's that far away. You've got like tunnels that go into like certain bits, and then it just kind of blocks off from it. So yeah, I can't wait to see some of the creations that everyone makes. The next splash scene is another one where a player's running away from another base. there's actually someone actually building something because there's the circular room, and it's like the see-through bit just before you build it, like the planning stage.
You notice in the background the ring trees.
Yeah. Oh, it's so cool.
They look huge as well, don't they?
Yeah. Like, it looks like everything's been like resized.
Sorry. What I mean is they look huge. I think that's how Sean does it. Huge.
Yeah, it looks like everything's been resized due to the whole third person thing. Because obviously when you're in first person, everything kind of looks bigger naturally anyway, doesn't it? Whereas being in third person with the camera being further away from the character anyway, it kind of makes things not look as big. So maybe that was the whole reason behind it.
And there's just random building pieces like on that cliff too. Like that's so awesome.
Yeah, like you can just place. You don't have to place them on a flat piece of land or anything. They look like you can actually blend. Yeah, they look like they can blend into the environment. And then we cut back to running back up that hill again to your ship. Now I was always wondering what was going to happen if we did get third person about getting into ships. And as you can see, the character actually teleports into the ship. There's no movement where there's like the
there's no sort of
animation
mechanism. Is
there? Yeah. So that looks like how they're going to get around that, which makes me think like, was there really any need to have like a full size window on the ship instead of just like smaller windows just to see like on the sides and in front of you instead of like a full length one.
Did you notice the camera shake when the player was just about ready to get into the ship and the ship flew over top of him?
Yeah. As well, I can't remember this, but because obviously we didn't have third person before this, but when you take off in a ship or when you see another person take off in a ship, like an NPC, did like dust come up from the ground?
Yeah, I think so. Because if you're at the at the trading post now and you're just watching ships take off and on, like you can see a little dust cloud underneath it, like when it gets up. So that's
I wasn't sure. Like it's just one of those things you don't really look out for. Like after a while, so I was like thinking, is there anything?
Yeah. See that, like now that tree, like there's a tree right next to that ship the guy's getting into. Like the textures on that tree look a lot better for some reason. Maybe it's just because you're closer up now. Like you can actually see like the leaves and like.
But if you look at the same bed trees around it, like there's no definition to the leaves. Where that one right close to you, you can see the main vein down the length of the leaf. But can you see that portal on that base?
I think that is you know how we have those portals now that just transport you to like a space station? I think that's what those are. I don't think they're actual portals. I think the portals are still a thing. I just think that's like a jump point to go to the space station or wherever, you know what I'm saying?
But obviously they've all been like part of interior buildings, haven't they, before?
Yeah, we've never been able to move them. They've always like now we'll be able to place them wherever you want now.
Yeah, so that might be how why you can build multiple bases. You can have one base somewhere.
That makes perfect sense.
Connect these two portals to each other. So like your underwater base, for example, you can have like the entrance on the surface, put a portal inside it sends you down to the bottom of the ocean.
That's a great point.
Yeah. So he gets into this ship, starts flying off. I know obviously they added lower flying in the last update, I believe, or the update before that.
Yeah.
Does it seem to me like we're flying even lower, well, even lower in this video?
I think it's just a change in perspective because it's third person.
It seems pretty low. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I thought that. I mean, obviously, being first person, you kind of, like I said, everything looks bigger and closer anyway, doesn't it?
The engine animation is so much better.
Oh, yeah, like the engine is spinning around and everything, isn't it?
It's so much better.
I'm really excited. And then it got some more flash scenes of it being in the ship again on different planets. Nothing really different. Space battle is one of them as well, where it looks like a big space battle was going on above. And then at this point is Jess most favourite part is when we come back to that same planet what we begin with. Ship starts flying upwards, and as you can see, Jupiter is in the sky in all its glory with massive rings around it. Saturn, there you go. And it's got 2 sets of rings as well. Have you noticed?
Yep.
It's got like a big, thick outer ring and then a thinner inner ring. And then we get a load of freighters just warping as well at the same time.
And everybody's talking about the clouds. The clouds are so much better. I mean, it's not even comparable.
Oh yeah, definitely. But yeah, ring planets, Jeff. How do you feel?
Finally, I don't have to freaking buy a new PC just to get ring planets. Like, I remember I was telling you that. Like, if they did something where they didn't have ring planets in this update, I was gonna stop playing on PlayStation 4, and I was just gonna go directly to PC just because I wanted ring planets. That looks so good. The fact that you can see them from like another planet's surface is that like to me.
No Man's Sky is great for that when seeing like other planets on the surface and stuff. It's great for that. And like I really do appreciate the clouds because it makes it more real. Like when you're seeing these planets, like you don't see them as clearly, so it makes it more realistic. Obviously.
Are you looking at some of the ships that are warping in? They're completely different.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like with the whole, like the gravity ring around them and stuff.
It just looks so much better. Like, there's so many more...
Like variety.
Variety, yeah.
Now, I'm trying to think, or at least I'm trying to see, is any of these ships the new freighter things that we're getting? I couldn't tell, but... they were quite dark, really, wasn't it, when the flying... They're all pretty much covered in black.
So here's my question: if you can own like multiple freighters or own a fleet of freighters, what is that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it just trading?
Yeah, what's the point?
I mean, you can get do you have massive storage just on one freighter alone? You're going to tell me that you're going to have that much shit on you? Where I think
it's like trading missions, so you can send off like one ship to go and trade this. They get to one place, they'll actually fly off.
I think it's more. I think it's more of a protection thing. If there's something
possibly,
that you want, if you're fighting with somebody, I think it's more of a show of force.
Or maybe it's part of the whole multiplayer thing. So when they say like you can have own freighters, like maybe it means that's how you have
up to 4.
Yeah,
one each. Maybe it doesn't sound like a fleet, though, does it?
No, I don't know, but we'll see what happens in the whole dynamic. I mean, maybe we'll get some kind of because in this trailer we didn't have a person talking like we usually do. We usually quite a robotic woman talking over the trailers.
No, this was like a legit trailer.
Yeah,
so
it
wasn't
maybe on the 24th we'll get another trailer of said woman talking.
Oh, I'm sure.
Discussing, like I said, this trailer, because it's coming out on a new console, the whole game, it needed to come out before like the usual date that the trailers drop, which is usually the day that the update drops itself. So it made more sense to actually have a more cinematic trailer come up. So, but yeah, carry on with this.
Sorry, just to go back on the freighters.
Mm-hmm.
There's a in the notes on the No Man's Sky website.
Yes.
It says command freighters as the heading, and then the bullet points are assemble and upgrade a fleet of frigates. Not freighters, but frigates, and command them from the bridge of your freighter.
So yeah, that sounds like protection, doesn't it? More than anything.
It does, yeah. And then send your fleet out into the universe, or deploy them to help you as you explore a specific system. And then improved freighter base building allows a truly custom capital ship. So, because it was a bit limited inside the base, wasn't it? Building inside the freighter. And finally, invite your friends aboard and take on challenging multiplayer missions from the Galactic Commission Station on your bridge.
We kind of gather that from which element was that? Was that element 4?
I forget which one.
Yeah, we've got like an audio clip, didn't we?
So that's kind of It's kind of cool though. So I forget now. Did we see anywhere else where it said a fleet of freighters, or did I just misread the word frigates as freighters when I read it earlier?
I might have. Let's see.
Was it a
yeah,
Sean
because
thing?
on the box art it actually says take command of a fleet of freighters.
Right. Okay. There you
go.
So maybe it was just either poor wording on the box art, or maybe it just instead of Sean saying freighters, he says frigates, or who knows.
Or maybe it's just both in general.
Maybe.
But
it would be kind of cool if you were into that sort of trading aspect. It would be interesting.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the trading needed a whole revamp anyway. It was very linear, to be honest. I mean, there's a lot of messing about with the whole trying to get the best price for your your whole thing.
I gave that really, and just.
I mean, you can literally go for like hours and hours and hours hauling the same cargo in your freighter.
Trying to find someone to buy it more than you paid for it.
Yeah. So.
But if you could send your freighters off with some frigates for protection to go and make you some money while you did something else, then that would be quite interesting.
Definitely. All right. So the next part we see, it looks like multiplayer on a mission, on a sandstorm planet. I want to say it's the Colossus. The exocraft. Yeah, the Colossus.
Big one, isn't it?
The big one's on your right. You're following a Gek with 3 other players. Going to do something. Then we snap back to another space battle.
Oh, are there 5 figures there then?
In that on the Sun planet.
I'm trying to see, I can't. On the dusty planet as you're walking by the exocraft.
Give me a second.
I can see 3.
I can see 1 Gek and 3.
Where's the Gek?
It's on the it's in front of you, right in front of you. On top of the little hill that I'm walking on.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, that is a Gek. Okay.
So I can see
you,
3
Gek, and 2 others.
Yeah. So I can see 4.
So not confirmation of whether it's player or NPC.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll go back to another space battle, and then we go onto an icy planet where you're running around, and then you see the Sentinels, the AT-ATs from Star Wars, walking over the top of your head. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen them in No Man's Sky before.
You have to get a 5-star wanted rating for them to come out, and it's only one at a time. It's not multiple ones. So
these look like they're not even attacking you. These are just walking around in the open.
If you look, there's a guy actually driving away in a one of those nomads, and there's 3 Sentinels chasing after him. And
oh yeah, I see that now.
So they're chasing after that person that's driving away in that.
So
nomad.
maybe this is to do with PvP. So maybe the Sentinels also act as the police force in. So like in GTA, when you get attacked by another player, the police will go after them.
Yes.
So maybe this is also applies here. So if you get attacked by PvP, the Sentinels activate like normal.
He who shoots first becomes wanted.
Yeah, and obviously the more whatever you do, so if you keep attacking them or attacking their base and stuff, you get a higher wanted level.
The walkers are completely redesigned, and the little dog things are redesigned too.
Yeah.
And if you look, if you play that clip out, in the far left hand side, you'll see it for like a split second. But there's a different type of big walker, and it looks like a beetle looking thing. It's got like a round.
That's an animal.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, not that animal. That a bit after that.
Yeah, it's huge. It's big as the walkers.
It's weird, isn't it?
It's got like it's got a rounded top to it. It almost looks like
it's 2 legs, but they look slightly different.
I thought it was an animal because it looks like an animal to me.
It's huge.
Yeah, you can get huge animals, can't you?
You can.
Maybe. I don't know if it's that big, but I mean, I guess anything's. Who knows?
Well, I mean, these walkers aren't really that big technically. I mean, compared to I'm just looking at it through obviously the third person, and I've had animals like this size. There's animals on that. at my home planet currently, like, bigger than the walkers.
I would just think that it would be another type of walker because they're all grouped together. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're all kind of walking together to the same point. So,
well,
I mean...
To me, I mean, when the scene's fading out, it looks like this animal's walking in front of them. I mean, that's just from me, like, I'm just trying to go through frame by frame. It looks like it's stepping out in front of them. Perhaps. I mean, I don't know, obviously we don't know yet until you get, like, the full patch notes. See what's definitely going to be in the game. And that
I love the little animation of the ball thing on the shoulder, because it's if you watch it, it's like constantly looking in different directions. Like, I would love to know what that's all about.
Yeah, I still reckon it's something to do with building. So it's like like a printer kind of thing in game or something. But yeah, so the next scene, we're looking at a Gek and another player on the right hand side, and it's zooming out of a ship. And then this ship, as you can see on the left hand side, it's got landing pads on it.
Yeah, there's 2 ships on it.
Yeah, so this is obviously one of the new freighters, or what was it again? Frigates that we're getting.
It's maybe one of those like capital ships they were talking about or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then that's pretty much, it just zooms out. There's more freighters around you, and then we get the usual No Man's Sky exit.
That big ship looks like it's actually moving. Like, I know the camera is moving away from the ship, but a ship looks like it's actually moving forward.
Yeah.
Which the freighters never moved before. No. They just kind of sat still.
So, but yeah, it's going to be it's exciting. I'm wondering why it ended on the Gek though. That's why I'm thinking it's, you know, in these aliens are going to be walking around now. But it's weird that we didn't see any of the other species, did we? We only just saw ourselves and the Gek. That's it. So,
yeah, that's a huge thing. Like, why is it only the Gek that's being represented?
Yeah, but maybe it's new lore for the Gek, perhaps.
Well, do you follow the guy that
writ the law?
That wrote the law.
Yeah, I saw his tweet saying that he can now officially announce that he's written more lore.
Yeah, that's awesome, because I think he did such a fantastic job on Atlas Rises. Like, I hope they keep him. Like, he did such a good job with that. I hope they just keep him.
So what are your overall thoughts then on the next trailer?
It was something that I didn't expect, and really happy with what we have. I'm excited to see what else they possibly could be hiding from us.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see patch notes. The one thing I really didn't see is I didn't see any. I mean, I know that lists it on the websites, like how you can attack like other players or prey on other players. Like, I wish they would have shown a little bit of player versus player.
See some of that gameplay.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what that entails. Like, I want to see like if that's really a thing, or if they're just bad wording on their part or whatever. Like, I want to get confirmation of like that you can actually. And I want to see more than 4 players. Like, they say that you can randomly come across somebody. Like, I want to see like a group of 4 players like come across another group of like 3 players or something like that. Like, I want to make sure that we can do that too.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really important.
I think with No Man's Sky, it's always been notorious for not having like proper gameplay footage. As it's always been very scripted footage that we've seen. Even like the E3 trailers, where Sean's playing the game, but he's obviously just following a set path that he's chosen to do, kind of thing. And even like the trailers that we get for these patches, for these updates. So I mean, yeah, obviously we get to see a bit like some of the mechanics and things, but they're very scripted in the way that that occurs. So whether we'll see, like you say, as a 4 team and then come across a random 3 teamer is less is going to be. I reckon we won't see that, I reckon we'll just see just like normal multiplayer, just as a team, coming up to things. We still don't know how many players we can get together at once yet, do we? So,
well, on the Xbox art, it says 2 to 4 player co-op, 2 to 4 player multiplayer. So, I mean,
so is that what 4 players altogether is in? If you come across people, you're only going to see, if you're in a 2 team, you're only going to see another 2 players, or?
I really hope that's not the case. I hope that it just means that you can have 4 people in your party, and then you can come across another party of 4 people. Because up until this point, it's been 16-player lobbies, so they got to keep it at least 16.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people will be very disappointed if you can only have a maximum of 4 people sharing an instance.
Yeah, that would, to me, I know you can see player models and stuff like now, but that would be, almost a downgrade to what we have right now. I know we're just seeing orbs, but at least you can have, 16 people on a screen at once, doing something, and, I'll take, at this point, I'll take whatever. Everything else that they've shown is such a big improvement, maybe they need more time to...
Yeah, so what if they just reduce it to, 8 people, maybe 8 people teams... in a thingy.
Do you mean 2 teams of 4?
No, as in an 8-person team.
Well, that won't be possible because they're saying 2 to 4.
Yeah,
this is right on the Xbox art. So the Xbox cover says 2 to 4. So yeah, I just hope they just let more than 4 people in an instance at one time.
Yeah.
I don't know, because obviously if in an instance, obviously a limited instance, not a game like World of Warcraft. Obviously World of Warcraft is limited, but obviously it's limited to such a higher degree, isn't it? You can have several hundred players playing World of Warcraft at one time in one instance. Obviously it's not going to be to that degree, but do you think they'll still have a 16?
Think of something like GTA 5. You've got a lobby there. I don't know what the limits are, but it's a darn sight more than 4 people on that map.
Oh yeah, but they don't actually have. I think they have so many instances of the map in GTA. Whenever I've been on, there's never been more than 20 people.
Okay.
I think you can go up to 32. I think that's the maximum, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, they never have loads of people on there.
Sure, but and with No Man's Sky, I'd be happy with sticking with that 16.
Yeah,
that we currently have 16 orbs and upgrading to 16 people with a mix of teams. It could be. You might guess, okay, well, maybe you can have a maximum of 4 teams. So.
Here's a bigger question. Do you think they're going to start charging people for PlayStation Plus? Because it says right here on the Xbox, it says Xbox Live multiplayer. So, I think that's the end of having free online for PlayStation. Sure.
Well, if you go back to what we said about modes, if the solo mode is still in existence, then you could imagine that still being freely available.
That's Elite Dangerous, isn't it? Elite Dangerous, the single player you can play without.
Oh, can you? Okay.
Yeah, you can play that without.
You've got to have Plus.
Yeah, because it says right in the Xbox art, it says Xbox single player, then right below it says Xbox Live multiplayer. So, I think you're going to be able to still play offline and not have to pay, but I think once you go online, I think that's going to be...
Yeah,
you need a subscription for that.
Confirm multiplayer mode rather than the whole game becoming multiplayer, do we think?
Well, it still says that you're able to come across random players, so I think that if you're playing online, I think you'll still have random interactions, but I think maybe co-op mode is maybe going to be its own separate mode instead of just playing single player online. I think you'll still come across random people.
See, that's been even more specific, isn't it? I would rather than just have a single player mode where you don't come across anyone at all, and then a multiplayer mode.
Maybe the multiplayer co-op is just multiplayer single player. Maybe that's what that is. Because it actually distinguishes. It says Xbox Live multiplayer, and then it says Xbox co-op multiplayer. So, there has to be separate modes for that, probably.
That's so annoying. Why can't they just have two, like a single player mode and a multiplayer mode? And like you said, you can just play single player without Xbox, and then, well, PlayStation Plus or Xbox Live, and then because it's teasing you, isn't it? If you're playing single player because you don't have Xbox Live and thingy or PS Plus, then you come across someone and you think, oh, I want to team up with them. Then you got to fork out $60. I'd rather not bump into people and then get on my merry way doing what I'm doing. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Well, I think you'll find this is not really to do with Hello Games or even
for sure.
505. It's all about the platform that they're on and having to abide by whatever rules that they've got.
Yeah.
One thing what annoys me about Xbox, and I'm going to bash Xbox right here, is you've got to have Xbox Live
Gold. Please do.
You've got to have Xbox Live Gold to have voice chat.
Really?
Yeah, you can't go into party chat without Xbox Live Gold.
Right, okay. Well,
because I barely use my Xbox. The Xbox Live Gold ran out, and I think it went on the Xbox about 2 months ago. My dad sent
You're so stingy. I hate that.
Yeah, my dad sent me a party request. Couldn't join it, so there's no way for me to send. I couldn't even send. If I remember, I couldn't even send voice messages either. I had to just send like written text messages on it. So Xbox, sort your shit out.
I got another gripe with Xbox, and I don't know if it's Xbox or if Hello Games is choosing to do this, but the fact that you can't digitally pre-order the game is pissing me off. Like, I'm not going out and I'm not buying a physical I'm not buying the physical copy of the game. Like, I wanted to pre-order it because I wanted the extras. If I can't do it digitally, I'm not doing it. I mean, like,
well, you'll be able to get it digitally. It's just I don't think there's going to be a pre-order for it.
Yeah, but like. I don't know. I just don't understand why you can't digitally pre-order. That's all.
I don't know why you can on PlayStation.
I mean, unless they have a special deal with 505, so they can sell more physical copies and they make more money off of it or something like that. Like, I don't know, but it's really sad. Like, I really wanted to pre-order it because I wanted the Xbox exclusives. I wanted that suit and shit, but I'm not buying a physical copy of it because, like, I'll ultimately have to buy it again to get the digital one, and like I just rather just get the digital one right off the bat. And I'm sure, like, the day of launch, it will probably be for sale digitally on Xbox, but the fact that you can't pre-order it is just
it might come up like this Friday or something. Because obviously it's already been released and everything. I mean, like I go on the PlayStation Store earlier to look at see Shenmue is still reduced, and that game's been out for like I said, like 15 years or something, or even more than that, maybe 20 years. And it's not even on the front page or anything. You got to proper dig into the PlayStation Store to find it, and that comes out next month.
Have you put your pre-order in then?
No, not yet. I'm pre-ordering it on Thursday. Either Thursday or next Friday when I get paid. So, so I can't wait for that. That would definitely take in some of my No Man's Sky time up in August and September. So,
right. The storm's getting crazy here. I want to save this thing before my power goes out.
So, guys, thank you so much. We really hope that you guys have enjoyed this podcast. Let us know your thoughts on the trailer and everything that's been going on with Waking Titan. Also, let us know on what you thought on King's little mini-series that he's been making for us as well.
It's one episode. It's not really a mini-series at all.
Hey, have you seen the views on it, my friend?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you'll have to go and have a look.
I honestly have to admit I haven't watched it yet. I've been like just busy with work, and I was doing my own little project like last night that took me freaking like 5 hours to finish. After I get off of here tonight, I'm actually going to be watching that. So
it's only like 7 minutes long or something like that.
Yeah, it's quite short.
Yeah, but we're thinking of possibly doing this. Just possibly thinking of doing a tag along one as well, possibly with our friend, our mutual friend. Being involved. all hail General Lockhart. So keep an eye out for that, guys. I'm thinking that we're going to stop doing the 2 episodes a week because I think it's just a bit too much for everyone, including yourselves and the listeners, you guys. And we're going to try and possibly do some more content like the mini series and some other things. I've got an idea maybe of doing a like an indie game review each week or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
But yes, thank you so much, guys, for listening. Thank you so much for watching us, downloading the podcast, watching the Dream series as well. From us to you guys, we shall see you next time.